I was almost in tears of happiness yesterday. I was just like, okay, control my emotions. It just feels so nice. Oh, when I read things like that, it's just like, yes, it keeps me motivated to want to keep on doing what I'm doing. So I really appreciate that. So what was it? It's been a couple of years since you've been one of my members, right? We've kind of known each other and talked back and forth a couple of times.
What made it special for me, it was all about you. It was, I guess your personality was coming through it. I just found it to be hands-on, easy. It was just plain down simple. And when we looked at it with Kuby the first time, we really liked the stories. Since then, we've kind of been progressing. It really kind of grew into more of a serious business type of thing. We was actually just doing it today.
Oh, I'd love to see it.
But it's just like he does it like the accountant, you know. And he puts all the 6 piggy banks. He has the fun, the go, the give, the learn, the brain, and the grow. And he always puts the money that he earned underneath, and then he just adds it up and see how much he's got in there.
I'm so impressed that you're doing that part of it too, tracking things, because it's so good to look back and know, you know, where did I earn it? What did I do with it? Like, that's an important skill to have. So you take in the material. It's amazing. That's awesome. So I'm really proud of you, right? And I knew I wanted to have something that would help the little ones and the teenagers and the parents. So then, Kuby, I'm going to go over to you now, and I'd love to know, do you remember when you were watching the cartoon, right? The 6 Magical Piggy Banks. Did you find that you were able to understand what each piggy bank was for? Did you find that it was easy enough to understand?
Yeah, well, I did understand what gold was for. I did like grow and rain and give and learn. It was like, I know what it is.
So what kind of dreams do you have?
I don't think, do you have already this kind of dreams? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, like
yeah.
What?
Like having a huge pool.
It's good to have dreams because that keeps you motivated, right? That keeps you wanting to do things and to keep making money and being smart with your money so you can get those things. So why don't you take me back to when you first got the jars, what it was like to start putting money in the jars. So you were first doing it just from like birthday gifts and finding money, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. First I was like, why do it? I didn't understand like much about it. But then I like started thinking of how it should like be working. Like I knew, okay, it's like each piggy bank has its own like way, its own purpose, yeah.
You draw the pictures on it, right?
Oh yeah, tell me about that. Your mom told me that she put little aprons around the jars, right? Oh, you're going to show me.
The aprons are a little bit tired looking.
So this is a better one. This is a nice tree.
Yeah. This is rain, and I don't know if you see the drops there.
All right, so tell me, you were not getting an allowance, right? Your mom was encouraging you to find a way to make your own money, and you guys were coming up with ideas. And where you live, they have recycling where you can get paid to bring in the recycling?
Yeah, we saw the papers. I was kind of...
You always get these flyers with the sales and stuff, you know, from the different stores, and they put it in the downstairs at the main door. By the time it was kind of like outdated, then we thought, well, why don't we just take it there?
We found that way, so we were doing that.
But then we started with the
brochures, and then I was getting more money, and yeah, and now lady called and she had a lot of it.
That is awesome. So the people that are going to be listening in to us, they won't know what it is that you're doing. So tell me how it was. You would go to it was a travel agent, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you would go to the travel agency and you tell your mom to wait outside while you went inside, right? And then you did the deal with the owner of the travel agent. Tell me, what kind of a speech would you give them?
I just wanted to ask if I could start a business, and I wanted to ask if you have some paper to get rid of, and if I can take it away for you. They said, yeah, why not?
And you were saving them time and effort for getting rid of it, right? So you were offering them a service that they could use.
Yeah, I was getting a service that I could use.
You talked to them and you made a deal with them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically you're helping them out, or you helping each other, right? You take something away from them that they don't need, and they give you something that you need.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like the lady that just called yesterday, we went there actually in person, and she says, yeah, I have like stock of it here and I can barely move around here, so I need to get out, right? So that's when he comes in. Well, I still go with him because we have a little push.
I was going to say you need something to carry it all in. Is it like a wagon?
Yeah, like a baby push, Yeah, we have to make a lot of trips.
That's so good. So you do that part for free, and then you go to the recycling and they actually pay you for the recycling.
Yeah, they pay me.
So not only are you being an entrepreneur, do you realize that you're an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Do you know what that means? You're finding a service that needs to be done. So you're doing somebody else a favor, and then you're getting rewarded for it. Like, that's the purpose of an entrepreneur, is to find something that somebody needs, and you help them, and then you get rewarded for that.
Yeah.
And the best part is the one that you're doing, your business, helps the environment too. How cool is that?
Cool. Protects the tree.
That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. You really took the tree very seriously. It's a step in the right direction, right? Now, when your mom decided that she wasn't going to give you an allowance, that you had to make your own money, how did that make you feel?
Well, I was kind of mad first, and then I kind of started being used to it, and then I started doing the other stuff, so I kind of forgot about it.
You kind of forgot about it. He's still reminded by his school colleagues, when they come in and they said, oh, we have so much and so much money in our piggy bank. But what I personally liked, that actually Kuby on his own thought of asking them, well, and how did you earn it?
One girl always said, oh, I got 1,000 from my grandma and stuff.
And you ask her how she earned it.
Yeah, but she always said that somebody gave it to her.
Yeah, so we decided that wasn't earned, that was given.
So how do you find the difference if you get money just because, or if you earn it? Do you find that there's a difference with how it feels?
Yeah, I guess it feels a little better, like you did something for it and you have it.
Makes you feel kind of proud?
Yeah.
It's good. Like, you are so far ahead of so many kids. Like, you're already doing adult stuff. Isn't that cool? And that's the whole purpose of being a kid, is to learn how to be an adult, right?
Yeah.
And you're ahead. You're ahead of the game. That's amazing. I feel so honored that you guys found me, and that a tiny little thing of what I could share with you guys has made a big difference. Like, so what you're doing is making a big difference too, and that's really rewarding.
Well, I think it's going both ways. It sure has made a big difference on our end, because the reason why I was actually looking for something like that, or maybe I attracted to myself looking for it, was basically because I wish that somebody has taught me this kind of things when I was a kid. That is not to say that my parents didn't teach me good or anything like that. I'm sure they did the best that they could. But the thing is that even these days, not many parents speak with the kids. But I know that one time we were at Grandma's, and we were talking about the financial literacy, and it was kind of neat to see how am I going to lower my life expense, and how am I going to do this, and no, I'm not going to pay that with the credit card. And we were talking about it at my mom's house, and she looked at me and she says, and you're telling me they already understand these kind of things? I said, yeah, they were actually quite good at it. I said, well, many times even like 20-year-olds don't even know this kind of stuff, and so I'm thinking, yes, that's exactly right, and I have to admit that I am learning myself, a lot. I mean, with the 6 piggy banks, and with the working for money and money working for you, that part, the money working for you, that was never taught. You were pretty much taught the go to school, work hard, have good grades, the rat race type of thing. So it's not that I am teaching Kuby, we both learning pretty much, from it together. And the advantage that I see in it, that I hope that he's going to be smarter than me when he grows up in terms of the financial literacy, because neither myself, neither did his dad. And I think with his dad, it was even worse scenario, because it was like completely abandoned. He wasn't taught by his mother to actually save or spend wisely on this. It was like all there for him. He had it very good when he was small, but it's very bad when he's an adult, and to try to change the ways. I guess it was kind of like the subconscious type of thing, trying to make a better ground for Kuby to get on a better track. I know that it's very difficult when you have learned something or had your ways for so long, and then try to change it in the adulthood. So
when I hear stories like that, it just keeps me motivated to keep going. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
I personally think, Amanda, and that's really coming from my heart, is that it's not hyped up, your product. It's down to earth. I feel like I'm on the same level. There's no science to it. It's just nicely explained, and I guess it's the all financial complicated stuff made easy. If I take a financial book, I lose myself after a few pages, but this is very nicely put that even the child can comprehend, or the mother can actually comprehend to explain it, so thank you for it.
Thank you so much. Now, if a new person were to come to the site, maybe they're watching the webinar and they're interested, but because there's so many things out there that are not trustworthy, it's hard to trust somebody, right? To hope that maybe what they have is good. What would you say to them?
Well, I would say really to go for it, the usual, but in all honesty, I tried because I like the way how your material was presented, the whole package. It was just looked kids friendly. It was kind of appealing to the eyes. It was easy to read. It was easy to follow. I didn't really have any doubts, so I don't know. I didn't really question it. I think that it just spoke to me. It just clicked. I know that I used to always looking at different things, and later on I would feel, okay, well, just hold yourself back. Don't be going into this, into that. But honestly, I don't know. It just really clicked with me. I like the way how it felt, how it looked. It just appealed. I don't know how else I would explain it. I knew that the membership, I thought, okay, I have a good tool, I have a great tool, and I can always go there. We actually used it at the appropriate level of his age. We are going to grow into it.
That's perfect. I'm so glad. And looking back now, if you were to talk to somebody who hasn't started yet, what would be the one thing that you could say to help your child learn about money from your words as a mom? What would you say to another mom? If you go through this course, this is the kind of results you can expect to see.
Well, if I can take it from the point of view of looking at Kuby, where we've gotten to, the one thing that stands out, it's the opportunity for him to be his own man when it comes to the money. Because back then, before we actually started it, with Mommy, I want this, and I want that, and I want that. And I said, gee, I don't think it's necessary. It's just stuff. And I wasn't really up to paying for it and getting all that nonsense. But I realized it might have been important to him from his point of view. So I said, okay, we have to make a way to earn the money. Or when we were in the store, then I always remembered what you're teaching in your material. Okay, well, how are we going to go about it? How are you going to earn it? He actually found out that he earned $700 for those 6 months. And that's $700 that doesn't come out of my pocket. That's $700 that wasn't there. Now it's here because of the efforts. To me, that's the one thing. Money doesn't go out of my pocket. He actually sees how the money is distributed. He actually came to realization to maybe think next time, what am I going to spend it on? So that's another lesson. To me, it's hands-on learning. As he goes, he picks up on different things. I really like the most about it that the money is not out of my pocket and he's able to handle it. That would probably sum it up.
That's wonderful. That is so wonderful. And what we can do is we can end on that wonderful story, Kuby, of when you got to buy your Lego for the first time.
Okay, I went to the store and we went to buy stuff. And I saw a store where it was Lego. And I said, oh, I want that. And I had the money for it. So I decided I'm going to buy it. So
he sent me away. He said, I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah, so I bought a big one and a small one. And bought it and we went outside. And I was so anxious. And I wanted to build it. So we went under a tree by the river and I was building it. And Mama told me that when I'm once gonna be driving here with my kids, I'm gonna tell them that I built my first Lego set there. So that's kind of good.
It's a lovely memory. Like every time you go past that tree, you're always going to remember. And if somebody else had given you the Lego set, like it wouldn't mean that much. But because it was that first time, then you bought it for money you made yourself, that's something you can share with your own kids.
Yeah. And it was special for me too. I guess that was the cherry on the top. Yeah, that was emotional for me.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all that with me. That's wonderful. Thank you, Kuby. Yeah. It was so nice to meet you.
Thank you. It was nice meeting you finally, and it's just great. I feel like I'm talking to a friend of mine. So much, Emma.
Thank you. Have a nice evening. Bye, guys.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.